Hello ladies and gentlemen, FrozenStag here, and welcome to a Hotseat epilogue for the War of the Ring Hotseat. Now this Hotseat in particular was a Hotseat hosted, well, on my old server before it got annihilated by Discord. That's a whole story for another time, I'm not going into detail about that anytime soon. But it was one of the old Hotseats that was of course moved over to my main server and continued there. And it's now the last. Any future ones, staying still when the Thermon Ravanian Hotseat is now the only two that have actually been created on that new server now. So yeah, War of the Ring Hotseat, which has been going for about over a year now. I can't quite remember exactly when, but I think it must have been over a year at least. November 2022, I think I want to say, or perhaps longer than that, but I don't know exactly, to be honest. But the Hotseat has of course ended, hence why I'm making this video. Now this is of course on version 4.6 using a Hotseat script submod that I found, which was originally for 4.5, but I did it around a bit and I made it compatible for 4.6, and it has worked pretty well, I think. There has been many imbalances and issues with DAC as, you know, being compatible with Hotseats, and that's expected. The mod was never designed for Hotseats. However, with everything that's taken place since Hotseat's creation and many issues were brought up, Jimmy Dude, who is one of the Hotseat counselors, who works alongside me, has been working day and night on his Hotseat overhaul for Divide and Conquer. You may remember we started the Hotseat with that submod for the Thermon Ravanian, and he's got a few more ideas coming up, so hopefully will be about May, June time around the summer. So I'm not going to wait until then, obviously, for another DAC Hotseat. I will be bringing another Hotseat to you in the coming weeks, with a Hotseat vote next week, or next weekend from this point, from a week from now probably. So there'll be probably a Hotseat poll for the decision for a different scenario. So, without further ado, we shall go through and talk a bit about the players. Now, I'm prepared for this game to crash when you click on everyone, so keep that in mind. So the way we did it, because we had the whole map being, that's how hence why the Hotseat went for over a year. We had the whole map being used, and so how we did that, because we couldn't get 26 players, that margin of getting 26 players for a Hotseat is just so unlikely that it's just, yeah, it's just never going to happen. So what we did, instead we gave 2 factions to 1 player. And that's what happened. Now this Hotseat was a good versus evil Hotseat. Now to balance it out a little bit, I did give Aaron's wife and the Ardenheim to the evil factions, because it worked out that way. This is how we got the result, pretty much. So we had, so what we did is to try to give, I did a randomizer. I can't remember if I recorded that or not, or I'm not entirely sure. But I did a sort of video, I did a randomizer, and I worked out, I did a wheel spinner of what factions everyone's getting in their orders. I can't remember, I seem to remember recording it at some point. I must have recorded it. It probably is on my, maybe the original Hotseat announcement actually, it might be on there. But anyway, let's get into the factions and who's playing what. So, we'll start with Dale and Dorwinian then. So Dale and Dorwinian were 2 factions chosen together. The wheel spinner for some reason chose them together. But playing as Dorwinian and Dale was indeed Big Kiwi, who has called himself the King of Ravanian for this Hotseat. So yeah. The next player of playing the 2 factions is for Gondor and Ered Luin, 2 interesting factions together. Quite far away from each other, Ered Luin in the north and Gondor much further south. And that was controlled by Jimmy Dude, the same guy who is actually making the Hotseat overhaul. Well, he's already made it, but he's making other versions. So stay tuned for that. I probably will do a DAC vote in the future, potentially for that. Probably maybe an Ivan Ered. Probably I might do like a little poll between Eredor or the Southern Middle Earth maybe, and we'll see what wins that. And then I won't do Ravanian because we're already doing that. Or maybe I might do one maybe in the northern part of the map, or potentially, yeah, maybe in the north. That includes Northern Ravanian and Northern Eredor, so that could be interesting. It'd be dwarf-centric probably. Excuse me. So Jimmy do control Ered Luin and Gondor. Dor Amroth and Erebor the next ones. So Dor Amroth being down the south and Erebor being far to the north. Another sort of example of factions being miles away from each other. Makes it a bit interesting. Playing those 2 factions was Keldo, who was his City Me with the War of Conquest Hotseat, which hasn't happened, by the way. I'll do a poll, maybe that might return in this hot seat poll. I'll explain more in that, why the War of Conquest hot seat hasn't happened. But some of you will be aware that obviously it didn't happen because I just no longer worked on the sub mod for it. And the War of Conquest hot seat was so, like, months away after being announced that I just didn't bother. And but I will put it up for a vote again, so if people do want to see it again, then I will make it in that. So yeah. So yeah, there will be a vote next month. No. Next week. Going over a few different scenarios, mods, and options for hot seats. So stay tuned for that next week. So yeah, Keldo played Erebor and Dol Amroth. The next player is the Duodane and Breland. They came together in the poll, which is interesting. So the Duodane and Breland came together. Playing them was Danny Alex for a short period of time, but he eventually left over within the year after. I mean, the hot seat went for a year. Players will come and go. Eventually, he was then replaced by a viewer, I think. Jello 7000 Nathan, who's been a long viewer of the channel for years now. Hasn't been that active recently, so I hope he's doing well. But he did take over Duodane and Breland eventually. Next then, the High Elves and the Anduin Vale. Two very interesting factions together. Not massively far apart from each other. They're only across the Misty Mountains, really, but fair enough distance for them to be quite interesting. So playing them was a person called Kiev. He eventually then left and was replaced by Muhammad, who took over Anduin Vale and the High Elves. So, yay. Next then is the Woodland Realm and the Khazad-dûm. Woodland Realm being over there, and the Khazad-dûm dwarves. Very unlikely allies, obviously starting down in Khazad-dûm in the hot seat. They did not start up in the expedition story. That didn't happen. So playing them was Amnestus, who plays the Khazad-dûm and the Woodland Realm. Moving on to the last set of good factions then, until we move into the evil ones. So controlling Lothlorien and the Kingdom of Rohan, very close together, was Red Head King, who controlled them for most of the hot seat. Towards the end of the hot seat, I say towards the end, some months before the end, he actually left. And instead of getting a new player, because we were close to the end anyway, Big Kiwi, I just got Big Kiwi to continue subbing that faction, as he was when Red Head King was away on some trips. So you just carry on subbing them till the end of the hot seat, which is fine. I sometimes let players do that. If the hot seat is close to being ended, there's no point really bothering to look for a player. You may as well just give it to someone else to just sub until the end, because there's just no point find a player for a hot seat that's almost done. So it's just wasted their time and yours. So moving on to the evil factions then. So you have Mordor and the Easterlings of Rune. Controlling them was Ilduce. He made it through the entire hot seat. Well, Ilduce 118. He controlled them for the entire of the hot seat. So, props to him for not leaving. I mean, same for Big Kiwi, Jimmy, Keldo, and Amnestus. They stayed the whole way through. And Juan, I think. He stayed the whole time as well. So, yeah. Moving on to the next set of players then. You have Dol Guldur and Harad. Very far away, quite far apart. They were controlled by Cyrus for a short period of time, but I don't remember Cyrus playing them that much. He played for a few months, and I think he ended up leaving. Or I ended up kicking him, because I think he was just so inactive. And fair enough, the guy's busy. He does run a YouTube channel as well. So, but even then, it's still no excuse for not playing. If you're going to sign up for a hot seat, play it at least. Or if you can't commit to it, then just don't commit to it in the first place. That's just my feel. That's how I feel when it comes to it. Anyway. So Cyrus took over, played as them for a little while, and then eventually Count took over as Dol Guldur and Harad later down the line. Not that late down the line, not that long ago. Quite a long time ago, really. Well, this was about a year ago, so over a year ago now, so this is well in the archives in my mind already when this hot seat first started. I vaguely remember what happened. So next is Isengard and Dunland, which was two thematic factions, really, isn't it, really? So Isengard, Dunland. So playing them, we've got a few players in this one. So Medi first played them first, then he left, then Fidget Midget took over, he then left, and then Oliver Intentual took over. And I think, and I'm not going to spoil it too much, but eventually something happened, and he then left, and we eventually just got to the point where we're like, you know what, let's just get, I just got Ilduce to sub them till the end, because it was towards the end he left anyway, and I was just saying, you know what, we're just getting the sub. Next one is the Orcs of Gundabad and the Varies of Can, miles to the east. So playing them was Juan. He played them for the whole way through, so props to him for making that. I like players that play the whole hot seat. As rare as it is, it's excuse me. It is nice to see players that play all the way through and to the end, to the start to finish. I do like those kind of players. That means I don't have to worry about subbing anyone that entire faction the whole time. So it takes a time off my plate. Next one then is the remnants of Angmar and Enid's wife to the west. So playing them was Fluffy for quite a long time, I remember. I recall him playing them for a while. And Yellow Cossack took over after he left. And eventually I only got Eisenbard to actually take over. Which was complete sort of... I can't remember if it was more of an accident or I just thought, you know what, fine, I'll look for a player. Because one of the factions for Dunnan and Isengard were killed off. So that's why I let Ilduce take over. And one of these other factions were killed off as well. We'll talk about that later. But... so essentially, Angmar and we got Eisenbard to take over those two factions. They were still, still both alive. So Eisenbard was keen to take over. He was quite energetic to play, so I said, yeah, go for it. And he didn't play that very long because the hot seat, of course, ended in not too long after he joined, which is a shame for him. But there are other hot seats. I'm sure he wanted to go attack the Shire, but I said to him maybe another time, perhaps. And the last one then is the Goblins of Moria. And the other name, who were played by Destro, and then he eventually left, and they were replaced by Kodu, who played for them till the end. So, what I will do now is go into the campaign. You will see what the hell has happened. I will quickly alt-tab a minute, because I want to make sure I can see my recording, because I wasn't doing that with the OBS recording on, but I can see myself, yay. I can see my audio. I like to make sure my audio is okay during the video. I've had bad experience in the past where my audio has just been utterly rubbish, and I've had to go back on myself. Let's just load into the game then, shall we? Now, I don't really mind showing... I'm not going to show my... I was going to show my admin password, but that's just stupid. I'm not doing that. Even though the hot seats ended, I'm not going to really reveal my admin password. Just not going to do it. But yeah, we'll show Dogledore first, because that's the turn I've got. That's the last turn that came in on turn 32. So it's about for 32 turns. Actually, I could probably check the saves to see how far we go back. Just out of curiosity, really. So 19 players remain, so obviously some have died. Dogledore obviously is still alive. Give Boromir a ring. That might be a bit of a spoiler alert there. Oh wow, it went even longer than I thought. Yeah, June 30th, 2022. So that's nearly not like what's that? 2? Yeah, nearly 2 years. If it's March now, March 2024. So yeah, almost 2 years, which is quite impressive. This is an idea of how long turns take. Wow. Right, so let me quickly just pause recording and I will enter in toggle foe. Alright, here we go. I'm just going to toggle foe to show what the result has been. And if it isn't already obvious from the absolutely massive army of Gondor in Mordor, yes, the good factions did, of course, win the hot seat. They utterly beat them in Mordor. Harad's gone. Ardenheim are beaten down to one settlement. The cannon is still large, but I will turn this music down a bit because it's a bit loud. Rune is gone. The winning's taken them over completely. Dogledore survives just about. Isengard's gone. Gondor has now reclaimed the citadel and renamed it Angranos. Ed's wife still lives. Dunland is hanging on there. You may notice that the Duodane and the Brelanders were also killed off. They actually died. Looks a good amount of dead. Moria's gone. Khazad-dûm took heavy blows there by Dunland as well. The High Elves are still going. Khazad-dûm, just about surviving. And yeah, a lot of factions died. A lot of good factions died. Evil factions died. Blood was on all sides in this series, in this little hot seat. So yeah, I don't know where we're ready to start. I guess we're going for each faction, but yeah, you can see lots going on there. We'll start with Dogledore. So Dogledore has quite a few armies and men left. I think had Sauron not been beaten in Mordor, I'll talk about that in a bit. But had Sauron not been beaten, I think Dol Guldur probably would have carried on a bit longer. I think he definitely could. He's got quite a few armies. But with Mordor basically getting their ass kicked now, with the arrival of Gondor and Boromir and Faramir and all that, I think everyone would have started turning their armies and attention towards Dol Guldur, and I don't think they would have lasted that long. They could have definitely carried on the purple fight, but I think they would have eventually died. No family tree, so we go through the generals. So as you can see, the Nazgûl all gone. They've been killed off. Well, they haven't respawned yet, but yeah. So Lord Ushbaka, a orc, has taken over Dol Guldur now. So that shows you, like, it's, yeah, a lot's changed. The faction heir is some other orc. So a lot of orcs rule over Dol Guldur now, it seems. So most of the Mordor guys have all fallen. So yeah, Dol Guldur on garrison. Very silly decision, personally, but I think you need every man you got on this. Brown boats on the verge of rebelling. And yeah. Roscoebell's been taken. Spinberg's, yeah. So they've got quite a lot of armies. I think from what I'm seeing here, I think they're mustering for possibly an attack on the Woodland Realm, I think. Or maybe finished off the Anduin Vale, potentially. But the Anduin Vale had a lot of armies there, as you'll see. So yeah. The faction leader's over here. He's got an army. I think they're moving for what looks to be the Woodland Realm, I think. Or getting into position, I think. Got an army there joining up, so I think they're mustering a massive host. Armies going north as well. There's another army down here led by the faction heir. So I think possibly they're up to maybe trying to possibly move against Caras Galadhon, I think, or Galathon. Which looks to be what's going on down there, I think. But yeah. You can see about that as well. Which used to be held by Dol Guldur before they got murked. So as you can see there, looking around then, the Woodland Realm don't have a lot of men. Most of the men, I think, might be in the trees. That's why we can't see him. Oh no, there's some there. Captain Kilmeon. Very naming choice there. Dale's moving down as well, so I think they're all going to be conversion Dol Guldur. I think had the Hotseat gone on a bit longer. Yeah. We see Lothlorien had some armies preparing for an attack, but for a defense, but let's see. But yeah, that's Dol Guldur pretty much. Nothing to... Oh, I should have ended the third report, shouldn't I? Damn. Oh well. Dol Guldur allied with Mordor and the Dark Lord of Mordor, the Papal State faction, and that war of those guys. So yeah, they did take a lot of ground against the Anduin Vale. They took Fenholm, Bjornshals, Duinberg, Roscoebell, and not Ledholt. No, they didn't take that. But yeah, they'd made quite a big ground against the Anduin Vale there. I think the Anduin Vale was probably preparing for a counter-attack, I think, and probably when the allies of everyone else showed up, Dol Guldur would have probably been killed off quite easily, I think. So I think, actually, to the south here, and you will see it when we play as Rohan, but we'll see Rohan, or view Rohan, there's quite a few armies coming up from the south, from the fields of Celebrant, so I think they were coming north to probably attack Dol Guldur, I think. So that's Dol Guldur then. We'll move on to the next faction. Oh. That's copyright music, but okay, that's alright. Dharmaroth, we'll build a Merchants Guild, why not? They failed a mission to send diplomacy to Cannes, no point. Apart from trade bonuses. So Dharmaroth then took a lot of territory, obviously their main heartland. Didn't take any of this, Gondor got that. But they did invade Umbar and take all the Ardenheim's territory, which is interesting. And Finderbell as well. Props to Dharmaroth for that move. Nice one. So we take a look at the family tree, but likely full of adoptions yet. And that's the old guy. Adrahil's still alive at the age of 78. Still going. He's married his daughter off to this guy, Baratal. Imrahil's 40 at the time. He's got a adopted son, Brathor, Amandir, and Misven, who key to the city apparently. So yeah, Dharmaroth have a lot of stuff. Lindhirden's got Amandir. I think Amandir's starting there, I think. So he's been sitting there probably the whole game. Surprising because he does have a really good bodyguard, so I'm surprised he doesn't use that. A lot of this, so lightly garrison here, you don't really need to put much in there. Misven, why don't you get him in the field of battle? Misven's a great general. Best name. But maybe he was preparing for another army to move possibly north potentially. The R9 have one settlement left. I'm pretty sure what happened is that the R9 player tried to get himself out of debt by disbanding most of his army and then couldn't get back in the green. So basically he wasted his entire army, which I thought was a silly idea. Why he did that, I don't know, but oh well. Braffle still, I think, looks like they've just taken Finebell quite recently, actually, but I've doubt they haven't really moved men around. Tower Jaff still have a lot of Haradrim troops in there. Oh, they're bringing another army over to join up there, probably for the last attack against the R9, because they have, like, 3 generals left. Gimmerkad's now at the age of 57, 2 of his sons. I think the other 2, I think they're his sons. Maybe. Or probably adoptions, more likely. Ardumir. Adriel's over in Umbar, Conqueror of Umbar, yeah. Where's Imrahildum? So I miss him. Where's Lord Imrahildum? Oh, he's on the sea. Oh, he's in the ocean. Moving down. Yeah, it looks like they're... I think what Diamond's up to, I think they are moving against the Ardenheim. I think now they're marching against them and probably onto them canned. Yeah. Interesting. So that's Diamond. Oh, let's say a diplomat party over here. With the parties of the High Elves, Damroth, Erebor, Lothlorien, Eredluin, High Elves, Rohan, Dale, Gondor, Radagast, Valesman, and Dornian. It's a bit of a diplomat party over there. Cool. Let's move on to the next faction, shall we? Oh, let's look at the enter report. Military Kingdom of Gondor, not surprised. Financials, Dark Lord and more. Yeah, because it's the Purple Faction probably sitting there doing nothing the entire time. The Annual Veils during Private Weapon production is interesting, and the rest of it's all Gondor, which isn't surprising by any stretch of the margin. So Erebor then have been quite stretched out, likely in the war against Rune, but I think since the war of Rune ended, they just moved west and carried on back that way. I think they're moving.
An honor, my lord.
Looks to be moving south, I think. Yeah. They've got loads of men, have they? Must have just lost a load when they were taking all these regions, I think. But yeah. I think Erebor's done a lot because the Anduin Vale have just pushed hard over there and taken loads of stuff. So I imagine they're probably moving down to head south to fight Dol Guldur, I imagine. Probably. Or get involved with Angmar as well because they're still around. Have a look at the family tree then. Oh, it's been a bit bugged out. We'll have to go gloss over that. King Dane liberated Dane's halls. Seems he didn't adopt any of the didn't do too many of the adoptions and apart from that guy, but you could easily pass him off as the son of Dane, really. King Dane's still alive, age of 69. Lord Thorin still alive. Did have a son, Canil. Oh, he's still alive. It looked a bit grey there, so I thought he might have died, but Canil is there. Glorian, who's currently 71, is still going. And Gimli, so there's a few more kids. Ori as well. Nice. Oh, Gimli's on his way. Where is he going?
An honor, my lord.
Yeah. Don't know. I think it was going northwest, I think. Must be moving back from the War of Rune, I'm guessing. Yeah. Yeah, Erebor didn't do a lot, I don't think, because I think Anduin Vale did a lot of the work against Gundaban. I think, but I'm guessing they must have helped with Dane's halls, but they might have just taken it on their own because it was rebel held. There was no auto expansion in this game, and also the scripts for auto expansion were disabled. So some of the evil factions started off with a bit like sort of dodgy-ish settlements compared to the amount of settlements some of the good factions had. So that was a bit unbalanced. I did try and give them a load of money and some more men, but I don't think it really did anything. They still got annihilated. But it's also the stats again are so like. They favour the good faction so much, so yeah. That's why I will stray a bit far further from the good and evil hot seats because they just get so it's just so one side after a while. I'd rather see a good versus evil and not good versus evil, but I'd rather play as their own diplomacy and whatnot. So on to Dunland then, who aren't doing too great at all with their how many settlements they got? 5. It's Herot. Click on it, please. Oh, Sam zoomed in. Khazad-dûm West, they holds Farbad, that's not bad, Bruinost, and Tihuan. So other than that, they're not doing. Let's have a look at what's going on with them, shall we? I would end wife. Why is there a dwarf? Oh right, okay, it's kind of bugged out a bit. So Yagfak's still with us, age of 66. Freka is still with us. He's got adopted sons. Donegal, Faulagan, and that guy died in battle, and another one died in battle. And Menfar died tragically, apparently. I don't know what the hell happened there. Might have been a storm or something if you try to get him on the boat, maybe. Or, don't know. How odd. I know it's on the hot seat, the file sort of, everything sort of bugs out a bit. So you've got the Mordor UI for the Wild Men. It's so weird. No idea why it does that. Okay. Let's have a look at what we're dealing with. So Yagfak seems to have the main army. Oh, no, that's someone else, sorry. Faulagan has this massive host here. I like the old Dunland in unit models. That's cool. So they're attacking Anne and Arroy, which is a questionable idea. I mean, maybe it's to gain some more territories, but shouldn't you be moving, you know... I would take Khazad-dûm East, but I think probably, I reckon there's probably something in there you can't take.
My lord. Marching to war. Beginning the siege.
Oh, God. Okay, now I understand why I didn't bother taking Khazad-dûm, because, yeah, axe throws. Okay, yeah, I would also probably not bother with Khazad-dûm. Oh my god. So yeah, he could move against the elves, really. I suppose he didn't, but there you go. Oh well. So Yagfak's come home to obviously assist with that battle, I think. Maybe they're starving it out. The first Julian is now occupied by Rudal men. But other than that, it's not really a lot. There's a few guys in there. They're all scattered. I think they're all just fleeing from Rohan, I think. So north, there's one of the Rohan generals coming.
My enemy.
Yeah. Farbad's still held by them, which is quite funny. But yeah, that's done. Not a lot really to show off there, but other than that fact, they did conquer Khazad-dûm though, so that's quite the achievement. I think Morin must have fallen to the Khazad-dûm, and I think Dunland must have taken advantage and moved in against the dwarves, which is an interesting move. Move on to Khand, who I think I'm going to assume from this haven't done a lot. I don't think. Yeah, Khazad-dûm's been renamed, I think. Yeah, Dwarfs of Zarkala because they lost Khazad-dûm. They were called the Dwarfs of Wuring, so I think Balin actually died. But we'll find out what happened there later on. On to Khan then. They've lost a few generals. Arash died. Jagadai died. Carfe died in battle. Togrul died in battle. One of the generals is still alive. Yiltig's still alive. Yeah. Some of them died in battle, but I don't know what... but yeah, I think Khan has a lot of their regions, so I think they're still okay.
Yes.
The faction leaders over at Crookmaher. They have a bit of an army towards Gondor. Might be trying to scout and take some lands in the east there. Oh, there you go.
Noble one. Yes, noble master.
Oh, and that most of the other generals just sitting around in it's an army there. I don't know what they're up to.
Noble one. Yes, noble man.
Look like they've been defeated, actually. Maybe. Or probably just scouting. But yeah, a lot of the guys in the settlements not doing too much. Khan had one tiny little army here, but that won't stop Gondor and Dwarmoth moving against them. Excuse me. But yeah, Khan just didn't do a lot there. And the Annual Vale then. Yeah, get a Horse Breeders Guild in. Mission failed, yeah, whatever. So Annual Vale did quite well. They pushed against, they had Spy going over to Khand-dûm.
Approaching quietly.
Agandao is not there. They got Mount Graham, which is quite an achievement. They got quite a few armies there. Latash has taken some generals there. I think they're all mustering, preparing for a possible attack. Again, so Clear One has a Fed Footman. I didn't realize he had those in 4.6. Anyway, but yeah, I think they're mustering for an attack against Angmar. Potentially preparing for Dol Guldur as well. We'll have a look at the family tree for them then. So Huntmaster Bjorn is still alive. Grim Bjorn is still with us. Ewald is there. Bremond. Quite a few different generals. One of the guys is the Conqueror of Goblin Town. Ugly one. Two of the other generals. Magor, I remember him being in the family tree. And Kuan unfortunately died. It's a shame. But other than that, other than the loss of much of their territory, the Anduin Vale have done pretty well with pushing into against the Gundabad and into Angmar as well. Which is quite something. Most of their armies, I think, are just there actually. Supporting Goblin Towns, I think they are mustering against Angmar. You'll notice there's less troops because this is a manual resolve hot seat, so a lot of people are sort of rely on more men, less men, I guess, to quickly rush your enemies. So that's why people aren't getting loads and loads of armies out, because they're of course rushing because the manual resolve hot seat. So people are rushing to get territory and stuff like that before the enemies get to them first. A few men down here around Meifelberg, so they're like they're preparing for a potential attack from say Moria. No, Doggletour. So that's the Anduin Vale. Not a lot really to go over there. Move on to the High Elves then. I'm trying to see how they've gone throughout this whole story. Oh, message arrived. Also, Lewin, please retake the Shire Village on your turn. Oh yeah, because yeah, they probably could have pulled it off with that army. Alright. The High Elves, who don't seem to any major territories they've captured, seem to be Camapur and Morphetaf. Other than that, they've done little else. Personally. Oh no, Elrond died. Fuck. Elrond got killed off. I think didn't they attack Enlargers, I think, at some point. But yeah, it's a shame. Elrond's dead, and now High Lord Eladon is now Lord of. He's now the. Yeah, he's a High Lord now. Interesting. Elra here is still alive. He's not the faction. Who's the faction heir? Oh, Círdan's the... Is he the faction heir? Yeah, he must be. Yeah, Lord, I think it's the faction heir tile. Gildor is still alive. Haldir is alive, though it's not the Haldir. Unless... Yeah, no, it wouldn't be the Haldir. Meldiron and we just see Círdan's was still with us. By the light of Elbereth. So he's now the faction heir. Interesting. Surprised he didn't go to Elra here, but okay. Don't know. Thought he'd be the next heir, but maybe he had. He might have had the. Might have had the thing that makes him possibly. No. No, I thought he might have had the incident that makes him the heir or something, but I don't know. Definitely so. But Forlorn still there. Most of the settlements are still under High Elven rule, and obviously now they're moving. What I can understand is they're moving against Angmar. Got some armies moving up to the front line, tightly to avenge their Lord Elrond. An army named Largest, they could definitely move north soon. And yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of Angmar fort down there. I haven't taken that back.
For the light.
But yeah, other than Elrond dying, the High Elves haven't done too badly. Yeah, Glorfindel and Dawn also yet to, of course, appear. Dawn also won't appear until you take out Osnafield, and Glorfindel won't appear until you take 10 regions. And I think it's either 10 regions or Angmar dies, I think. But 10 regions is just way more viable to get. Anyway, that is the High Elves. On to the Clans of Erdwife. Erdwife seem to have a lot of men. My voice is dying today. Oh, it seems Tremak's dead. Yeah, Tremak and Dunkai, your starting generals, are dead. Yeah. I know in version 4.6 Erdwife are a bit different. But let's have a little look around, shall we? We've got quite a few armies around, haven't we? I think. Yeah, there's quite a few. We've got an army over here moving towards the east. Erdwife have a lot of men. Honestly, when Erdwife get going, they can farm out a lot of troops. Cool Withershire there. Oh. I don't think the High Elves maybe it may have attacked Mickle Delving, but then would have been quickly outnumbered by the forces of Erdwife there.
Yes, my lord.
Especially the faction leaders nearby too. Interesting. Yeah, the Erdwife had a lot of men to chuck in, so I think probably they would have moved against Hobbiton, I think, where Nar is actually residing. I've got some forces down here.
Yes, my lord.
Erdwife still had a lot of men to chuck at their enemies, I think. But I think Rohan was coming. So I don't think they would have lasted too long, to be honest. Quite a few men there. Karis is not doing too well. Public order here is really rough. Why is it so bad there, I'm wondering? A high tax rate, that's why. Have to lower that one if they were still playing. Some of the old F5 units there. Just look very nostalgic seeing those old models. And some more men there preparing, moving east, I think, towards Rohan. I think now they've taken that, I think. And the fleet to the south.
Yes, my lord.
Interesting. Move on to Angmar. He's coursed out in Family Tree. They've got a mission apparently. It might be why Dunlan was attacking that region for a mission potentially. So Agandal is still alive to conquer Bree. Hunvorn is now your fashion now. That means Lord Skuld has died. Drango the Bloody's dead. More Holt's alive and a few Fantaziers now around. Let's have a look at what's going on with Angmar then. I wonder if Skuld might have got killed off. Possibly when the Anduin came through. Or Ered Luin, or Gondor. We've got an army down here. Not sure what they're up to. Some armies here moving over to Goba Drying. Not sure what Angmar's plan was, unfortunately. Gathering men, I think, to prepare for the Anduin. They've got quite a few forces around. So they definitely could have mounted up a resistance against the Anduin, or possibly counter them, but I think with Gondor and Ered Luin coming from the west, and the High Elves now turning their attention towards Angmar, I think their days would certainly have been numbered. But yeah, they still live.
Greetings, noble
Their offers give Torflin, Erendolan. Why the High Elves? Why? Oh no, right, yeah, because they're why does the Woodland Realm want for Hammerfall? Interesting. Maybe to help in the war. Give Torflin, Erendolan, and Erenbrunn. Very interesting options. To give Khazad-dûm 3 of their main regions. I don't know why they're doing that. I'd decline that or accept that for now. I mean, I won't because it just moves everything about, so we just decline that for now. I don't know what they were doing there, but Ered Luin wants for Hammerfall back. I will decline that for now. Because obviously the Hotseat ended, it doesn't matter. I'm just generally want to see what's around. Some of the family tree. Ooh, quite a family tree. High Lord Barlin died in battle. Well, that's not good. Oin died in battle. High Lord Ferris died in battle. Oh yeah, Ruin. He was in charge, I thought. Barling has a son who's still alive though. Probably a true male heir, actually. Oin and Ferris. Ferris died. Callan died. Lord Ruin, who is alive. And Lord Philly, who is a leader. And Narfi. Which I'm pretty sure is Peter Dinklage in a slightly different role there. As Zag Haller was a capital having no generals there, interestingly enough. Are they all for Hamgulfolden? I guess. Oh no, maybe not. Where are they? Oh, there's an army there. Oh, okay. That's a lot of artillery. You can never have enough artillery, obviously. I don't know what their plan was. Getting some more men to join with Ruin, I think. Oh, it's a... Oh, Narfi's leading an expedition into Khazad-dûm. And to Angmar, sorry. Oh, what's Khazad-dûm over here? There looks to be countering, my goodness. Zenith Guard. Did they get that in the mission? I'm guessing. They must have got that in the mission. That's quite OP though, because that can really do a number on Dol Guldur and God. Yeah. I wonder actually, because I wonder if he's actually broken a rule and actually what he's actually done is he's been given settlements and they've given him those units as starting region settlements over there. And he's didn't disband them. So actually he might have broken a slight rule there. But as Hotseat's over, it doesn't really matter. And I think it still wouldn't have affected the... I don't think it would have been a disadvantage or an unfair advantage now because I think... well, it would have been. But Mordor was already defeated and I think the good guys had basically won, so I don't think it really mattered that much. And Khazad-dûm's already on its last legs anyway, so I'm not overly fussed on that. I mean, it's not the end of the world. If he had attacked Dol Guldur and I think mentioned it, I may have had to like disband that unit for him if that was a If there was indeed units that have been spawned in via when you got given the region. But they have for Hammerfall at the moment, which is it's sort of I think they were given that to Survivor, basically, I think. Especially the public order here is just rough because they have no dwarven culture and the cultural unrest is at an absolute massive high. But it helps there was a governor there as well, but unfortunately not. Move on into the Woodland Realm. Let's see what state of this faction is. Oh no, Legolas has died in battle. What a shame. Thranduil's alive, but unfortunately, yeah. Some other generals have arrived now, but Legolas is dead. That's quite a blow to them. Jesus. I think Dol Guldur might have delivered that final blow, I imagine. Let's have a look at where everyone is. Oh yeah, some armies here. Yeah, I think Dol Guldur probably would have died. I think he's done the same thing. He's been given units and he's not disbanded to Rhynia because they are a bodyguard unit for the Woodland Realm. You can't get the Woodland Realm, those guys, unless you have a general, as you can see here. So he's definitely given regions out and he's definitely not disbanded them. I don't think is what happens there. Unless he's got them via a mission, but I don't know why he would get 4 units of Rhynia in a mission. I've never seen that happen in DAC. But if Amnestus wants to come on and leave a comment as to why he's got them, I'm curious to know. But if not, I'm going to assume you're cheating. Oh, there's no one as well. Not really cheating, but I'm going to assume you're exploiting in some sort of way. Oh, it's Gil-galad. It's Gil-galad. What's he doing? You're meant to be dead, sir.
By the light of Elbereth.
Yeah, wasting Thranduil when Thranduil was... What was the units he got in this scenario, in this 4.6? Arihirif, yeah. Why would you sit him in Thranduil's halls and do nothing with him? I know you're losing a lot of money as a Woodland Realm, but even then, I would still make use of them.
Follow me. Come, my brother.
Yeah, it's like maybe that's a bit of cheating there. Again, like, I'm not really overly bothered. They've won at this point. They're not getting like points or anything like they used to in the. Well, I used to do hot seats. You give out points and things like that. I'm not doing that anymore. I can't really be asked. But yeah, whatever. It's such a minor thing. I don't. It's a team hot seat. I'm not going to disqualify one guy because of some maybe bit of trickery of unit gifting, of settlement gifting, but whatever. And I might add as well, this guy also had issues with version 5 DAC, which I offered to help him. Instead, he just wasn't asked. So, yeah. I don't really mind outing him in the video because I was like so offered to help him, install version 5. Oh, there's another 3 units of it. Definitely, yeah, that's definitely, yeah. Yeah. He's almost certainly gifted regions and then not disband them, I think, is what's happened there. So, yeah. Oh well, I offered to help him in version 5 with DAC because he had issues with it, and he just gave me scorn and disgust, really, so thanks. So I shan't be helping you with installation or any assistance with Divide and Conquer version 5 at all. I did point him out, if you want some assistance, go to the DAC support channel, go there, ask for assistance, they will help you. Like, just don't give me and my hot seaters and councillors, fellow councillors shit because we're trying to offer you assistance. Like, just bagger off if that's your attitude. On to the R9 then, who aren't doing too well at all. Oh dear. Other than Gimel Cad, still alive at the age of 57. He's got a son, Gimel Zagor. Casimir's Battlehound, apparently. Bauka Mugan. And he had Gimel Thon die in battle, Bau Kazir died in battle, and so did Gimel Zor. Not too well there at all, have they? And the only guys they got left is literally in here. So,
yes, my lord.
I know some of these guys, the bodyguards are pretty good, but I don't think they are really good, yeah. But they would not have stood a chance against the legions of Dor. I mean, it's how many men at Darmroth? Don't care. I mean, the bodyguards are good, but they're not going to withstand like a massive army of Darmroth is unlikely. Especially with Imrahil, not Imrahil, but one of the other generals on his way as well. The R9, I think. Disband, if you ever play the R9, do not disband your starting army to get out of debt. You're still in debt. It hasn't helped in the slightest. So just don't bother. You keep the armies. Yeah, but even then, it's just such a done deal for the R9 and stuff. I couldn't have saved them.
Me, friend. I have a proposition.
Yeah, cool, whatever.
Farewell then.
Oh, look, I can recruit a building to my arms. You can build that, yeah, that's fine, whatever. So Rohan, so look at the family tree then, shall we? Oh, we lost a few generals. So Fengel died years ago. Theowen, Theodred died, that's just, oh no. Poor Theodred. Aemon died in battle, Elfhein's still alive, and Aemon is still with us. Conqueror of Dunlarak. Any other generals got killed off? Hammer, I think. Hammer and Erkenbrand, I think, died. And the other guy, I can't remember his name. But yeah, let's have a look around for Rohan then. So we've got some armies going north, as the armies I mentioned earlier. Led by King Theoden himself. Some other men following up behind there, all marching north.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, set up watchtowers there, I think.
Would you wish to
Actually, I hope he's not, because
your orders, my lord?
some Hotseats are, I don't think it is in this game, in this submod, it's Hotseat, but watchtowers are banned actually in certain Hotseats. Not this one though, because obviously you can't build forts or anything, so it's not like you're blocking areas for forts, which is why they're banned, because basically you can't have, because if you put a watchtower down, like say here, you could easily, you can't then put a fort there at all, so it's kind of like, yeah, it's like anti-fort bugging, if that makes any sense. Is that Narnia music? I don't know. So a nice bit of music. Anyway, they've got, of course, Angranos has been taken by Gondor. That's now firmly in the hands of the Dunedain once more, as it used to be. And lots of men moving north from what it looks to the incoming attack of, where is, oh, he's over there. Of Aemon.
Orders.
Yeah, we Dunham was on their way out with Aemon up there, and then Theoden going up against Dumbledore. I think, yeah, it's over for the evil factions very soon, wasn't it? God. Lothlorien. How are they doing? Celebrian's obviously dead. Oh, Haldir died, that's a shame. Celeborn's still with us though, and Lothlorien and High Marsh Warden Dara Mayfor. Great music, but that's very dramatic. So yeah, they're still doing alright. They got loads of forces here actually with Gervaleg, not Gervaleg, Gerheden, and who's that actually? I know they had a few forces in Ardra. And that's just mainly their army. Didn't do a lot of the Lothlorien, did they? I think they took Ardra, and that seemed to be it pretty much. Maybe I think they might have possibly took a Rui, but they didn't hold it very long. Oh, they took the Lothlorien fort actually. Probably after Khazad-dûm fell.
Elves.
So yeah, obviously their main target would have been Dumbledore, but and that's it. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not, because we're halfway through the turn, aren't we? Kimo Dale, we're marrying him off. Why not? Let's have a look at the family tree. No, she died. I think everyone's alive. Look, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, Brand Howard. Either that or it's like Legend of Total War, doesn't it? I've made that joke a few times. So let's have a look at what Dale's up to then, shall we?
Yes,
Doesn't seem to be in a lot. Got an army down here. I think moving south against well, Mordor or Dumbledore, I think. Oh, Brown Boat rebelled.
Yes, my lord.
So carry out some forces being led by the Prince there.
My lord.
And more men coming south here.
Your orders, my lord.
With Obi-Wan himself. Again, why would you leave your best... Oh, never mind. He used to be... I thought he used to be really good to command, but maybe not. I think Brand's actually better, though, isn't he? Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. Vidasith is actually a better general than... Okay, fine. But yeah, I think they're just sort of moving south, really. Not a lot really to go over. So for the samurai music, I think it was, yeah. Let's have a look at Dorwinian then. Well, Dorwinian's family tree is massive. Swain's alive. Harwin's still with us. Noe's in the family tree now. That's quite cool. But Noe's alive. Vorwin, Girion, a lot of generals survived, and Dorwinian did pretty well there. So they got an army over at Coruscant, which is no way. We got an army about to move into Mordor, but I imagine they'll be awaiting reinforcements.
Your orders, my lord.
No ways down there near Osnary.
Orders.
Oh,
Yes, my lord.
Orders. Your will.
some men moving down. Yeah, I think they're all moving towards Mordor the way it looks. So that's 600. Is that?
My lord.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I think Norway's riding up the forces to move south against the armies of Mordor. Probably to hit them from the rear, I think, or possibly go against Varfest.
My lord.
Yeah.
Your will, my lord.
Obviously, this is not version 5, so obviously Mornifell is not there anymore. Well, it's not there in this scenario, but it will be in version 5. Well, it is in version 5 because the mod has come out. It didn't when I first started this hot seat. Hence why we started this hot seat. They're setting up some watchtowers and Mataram's being occupied. But that's them. Have a look at Mordor then. Now, unfortunately, there was an issue with the Nazgul being stuck in this place. I tried to remove the traits and ancillaries that were blocking them, but it just did not work. So, unfortunately, Mordor couldn't get their Nazgul out, which severely hampered their game completely. So, obviously, Sauron's dead. I don't think do they even have a faction leader? Muslim's the faction leader, but he has, like, no authority. Great. Zagar's the faction there, though, so that's not too bad. But, yeah. Mordor, as you can see, lost an awful lot of men. The only big army they had, actually, was this one. Burrs, actually. Which I think was in the north, but it's on its way south. Probably to either assist now. But, obviously, Mordor has surrendered. Once Sauron died, that was it. He was like, yeah, screw that somehow. Which is fair enough. You had like this massive army. I remember the army he had. Sauron commanding it. A full stack of really good orcs and Gondor. Boromir showed up and Faramir and utterly annihilated their entire army. Which is hilarious. Which is so annoying to the player, and I can actually understand. I too, if I had the full stack with Sauron, the massive army, ready to smite Gondor, and then suddenly Boromir shows up and Faramir just fucks me up, and I too would probably leave the hot seat, to be honest. I too would be very annoyed. But yeah, Mordor obviously, yeah, you had the Nazgul like in the way, but I might have blocked them off a bit, but would have just been slaughtered. Durfang still holds, but that would easily be taken by Faramir, who's like down there. Gellerin as well, that would have easily been taken with one unit of Hawk in there. And you got some armies coming down, but again, these guys would have just been kicked the crap out of. I don't think. Why have they got one bodyguard? Have you been doing unit settlement things as well, Mordor? No.
Get ready for fighting.
Don't know. It could literally just be the fat case of just. I could be wrong. I could be accusing of Nessus of absolutely nothing, but you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, it's not important. So Varfest, Baradur's got an army in there, probably building up their forces to try and hold back against the massive army of Gondor coming their way. But yeah, Mordor wouldn't have lasted long. Even if the guy wanted to carry on, I think he just would have died.
Hail and well met, good friend. We have things to discuss. Aye, farewell.
Aye, farewell. The One Ring's been found. Yeah, so Boromir has the One Ring. He took it off Sauron, and as what Jimmy mentioned, it's a chance that Boromir probably would have just taken a ring to a vault in Minas Ithil and just left it there forever. Although I do wonder if maybe Boromir would have thought, you know what, right, let's go take it to Mount Doom and just drop it in. He's not very far away. But there's Faramir's army there. Yeah, nice big chunk of army there coming this way. Denethor's dead. Oh no, that's the old steward. Denethor is still alive though. Boromir's alive, he's got a son. Faramir's alive, Conqueror of Cure of Ungol, and he's Conqueror of Cure of... They both Conquerors of Cure of Ungol. Aragorn is alive, because... which in my headcanon, that's the actual Aragorn. He survived, and is now joined with Gondor, basically. Angbor the Fearless is in the family tree. So Aragorn's alive. What are the chances he got an adoption for Aragorn in the north, where he wanted him as well?
Weapons.
Bunch of forces there, lots of armies. Yeah, Mordor just wouldn't have stood a chance. Even if that army had come south to attack the Black Gate, they might have made some ground, possibly taken Morannon, but then there would have been... Faramir would have showed up, wiped the floor with them, and then he would have moved on to Barad-dûr and slaughtered the rest of Nazgûl on the way. So I think Mordor was just utterly screwed. Teleport's sitting around Minas Nor as he usually does. I like the fact he's named him Minas Nor. It's quite interesting. Erebor's down there apparently. Angranos is now the and by Iorthorn? Yorfon has taken over Angranos. He's got a Hjorn Slaughter. Interesting. He's got Angranos. They've also got Faragrondos to the west, Anulond, Kirifire, I think, yeah. But yeah, obviously the main armies was of course Boromir's force and Faramir.
Ready your weapons. Awaiting your command. Captain of Gondor. Awaiting your command.
That's a Rome Total War. I don't. Well, where did I hear that from? And I was like, oh yeah, Rome Total. Awaiting your command.
Protect the blood of Numenor.
Protect the blood of Numenor.
Awaiting your command.
Awaiting your command.
Protect the blood of Numenor. Maintain order. Awaiting your command. Ready your weapons.
Say it.
Ships ready.
No.
Captain of Gondor.
Ah, there you go. Some of you may have already noticed, it looks to be Gondor looks to be the upcoming faction that we may be playing in our that campaign soon. So I'm quite looking forward to that. But yeah, in the north, he's got a few regions. I think Ered Luin gave him a few in the north that weren't bored with Angmar. Although I think he might have got. I think he got an Numinas and then just took those two. I think. But Aragorn's up here in the north. Aragorn has returned to save the day and is to declare the reunited kingdom. Hilarious. That's cool. So that's Gondor in the north. Likely's interesting start. I mean, it gives me an idea actually if I play Gondor, but it's just highly likely to actually go north and help the Free Peoples against Angmar, which I might do. I'm still torn between the idea of either using the Gondor at War submod or using version 5, but making a story where Dol Amroth have been gifted the 3 rings of power and have betrayed Gondor and joined with the Dark Lord and the forces of evil. And so that way you start off with Dol Amroth at war with you as well as everyone else. And I thought that just sounds like a really interesting idea. And obviously in Gondor at War, Dol Amroth's not in the game. Ered Luin, how you doing? Gor's still alive. Conqueror Bree. One of the generals died. Druin. Nar's alive. Lily. That does not look like a Lily to me. That sounds, yeah. And Hanar as well. So yeah. Let's have a look at what's going on with them then. Gor's over in the east, Matrife. He's in the north. Hobbit, he's occupying. He's gone pipe smoking and drinking with the hobbits. Hanar's over in Thorin's halls. He's over at Fornost.
I, my liege, my king, my king.
So it seems their main force is over at Matrife, preparing against Aaron's wife and Dunnan, I think. Interesting scenario seeing the dwarves occupy the Shire, but I mean, I'm sure the dwarves probably would get on quite well with the Shire. They probably would help the hobbits and retake it for them. But yeah, that's Ered Luin, and that is the last faction. They revolted. One has been found, yeah. And that is the end of today's video. It's a bit of a long video, but I do like to do Hotseat epilogues. It's a bit fun. They're nice to go through and show off the different parts of the map, who's conquered what regions, how far the Hotseat's come in like the 33 turns we've played. So it's just interesting to have a little look around, really. Like, Angmar's been lost most of the territory to the east. The Duodain and Brutland are gone. Harad is dead. Brune's gone. Isengard's dead. It's just so interesting to see. And yeah, I probably won't be doing too many full map Hotseats unless we do with the 2 factions and 1 player again. And that's the only time we'll probably go with it. I think it's just getting 26 players is just so unlikely, and then the chances. I mean, you saw many people leave in the Hotseat in this one. Imagine that with 26 players. Like, how many times are we off finding, of course, players which take absolutely ages? So I'm just like, oh god. Oh, kills or something. Yeah, it's just not worth it. But I do like the idea of doing like these Hotseats where I'm focused in one area, like Bravanian, where we had Bravanian, the Hotseat in Bravanian, which has been quite interesting so far. See how that develops. And Eredor could be cool as well, and then Southern Middle Earth as well, with Gondor and Mordor and all that involved, so that could be also quite interesting. But before we get copyrighted for music, we'll end it here. And I do want to have a little look at some of the RP. I won't go through and read it all out because I want to go to bed, and I don't want to be sat here for ages. As you see, it's 11 o'clock already, and I've got work tomorrow, so I don't really want to be sat here for ages. But I will go through and I'll show off a bit of the RP. So, Big Q, when he started off, did do a bit of RP last year. A bit of Dale. So I won't read it, but I'll let you guys pause the video and have a read through it yourselves. A bit more of Dale, and he also did a bit more of the winning RP as well. And then did a bit with, of course, the Fall of Rune as well. I got a bit bored one day and decided to sit down, decided to write up a bit of RP, and just went with this. And I just brought back Sauron because, you know what? Why not? Because Breland fell from Angmar and wife. So what I did is I decided, okay, fine. They've got the ring, so let's just bring Sauron back, because why not? Because the three peoples were they're doing quite an advantage. So I brought back Sauron, and I thought, you know what, sod it. We'll bring back Sauron and see what the hell happens. I just thought it was a really fun little RP choice there, so there you go. I'll read this one out, because this is what I did myself. After the destruction of Breland, Hobbiton was sacked by the combined forces of Angmar and Enid's wife. Akendour led the search for the ring, and after heading Bilbo back into Bilbo got it, I'm afraid. And the hobbits that defended him, he sent word to the Witch King of Angmar and told him of the ring's capture. All 9 Nazgul left the Black Gate, and in a matter of days arrived in Bag End, taking the ring immediately into his possession. The Witch King, upon his return to Mordor, and as he stood before the Great Tower, lifted up the One Ring and presented it to the Great Eye. Now, I didn't really understand how, Sauron could pick up the ring if he's an eye, so I just went with this. Immediately, the ring flew upwards and into the eye of Sauron, and eventually, with a great beam of light and a sound so magnanimous, Sauron was reborn into his black and scaly armour, wielding his mace and the One Ring once again. The eye that had been in Barad-dûr for years was gone and had served its purpose. The Nazgul, Black Númenóreans, Trolls, men of the East and Orcs around knelt to Sauron and proclaimed him their great sovereign. The finest warriors among them would serve Sauron as his deadly and formidable bodyguard. Sauron, the Great Deceiver, himself had returned, and after seeing the obliteration of his allies and the rising tide of Gondor with the fall of Minas Morgul, the defences of the Dark Realm are laid bare. Sauron spoke in a voice so terrible and loud that the ears of his allies would bleed, and he pledged to destroy all that would get in his way of complete and utter world domination. He spoke of how he would eliminate the line of Isildur for good, of how he would destroy the great cities and citadels of his enemies, how he will eliminate them from existence. Slaughtering not just the men, but the women and children too. They're quite Anakin. Burn down the forests of the elves, tear down the mountains of the dwarfs, and when that's done, he will bring forth Balrogs, dragons, and other great monsters to his vast armies, and will dominate and corrupt the whole of Middle-earth. Revenge will be his. Some RP I read. I don't tend to write RP that much as the admin, but now and again I do a bit of RP, and I do thoroughly enjoy it now and again. It's like one of those, I don't really have a lot of time to do it, sit down and write a bit of RP, but that day I just had a bit of time, and so, you know what, sod it, I'm going to write a bit of RP and bring back Sauron, and that was just really fun to do. So, yeah, Sauron. Which is ironic, with all that written out back I did in May, and now he's died. Now nearly a year later he's dead. Which is hilarious. Anyway, lads. So yeah, one brave Pepe with a diamond sword goes against Sauron. There's another. The Rohan strikes back. And there's a bit of RP there, which I love. Big Kiwi's RP. It's just fantastic. Just seeing him do some RP is great. Where was Gondor when the Westfold fell? You mean when the Westfold fell to Gondor? Oh, that's funny. Hornburger proclaimed Saruman getting his ass kicked. To winning as much and canned. No! The Sauron and his minions do not dare to attack Rivendell again, or you will perish as General Saradoc and his soldiers. Do you really think you could take over Rivendell? Try once more and perish again. Wise words. That's quite not a bad battle as well. 700 men versus Dullans. It's probably a shitty army. I imagine they kill them easily. A party of orc warriors and the pillars of the forest and the Fire were taught combative lessons. They were killed the very last men. How about this for a shot? Randy sits dwarf and colonists. That was quite recently. Capturing all the resentments done, and King Fane announces to Axeland as King of Rohan. And this is the script. This is the bit we wrote at the end. I'll read this bit out because this is quite a good bit of RP. This, so I'm going to read this one out and then we'll wrap up the video there. The shadow of Mordor, having been defeated several years ago in the reclaiming of Minas Ithil, has once again grown as a threat to Gondor. Rumours have begun to spread of the return of the One Ring to Mordor and the return of Sauron himself. As such, Boromir, the son of Denethor, the great hero who led Gondor to the reclaiming of Minas Ithil, was now tasked with marching the Black Gate itself to challenge Sauron, before he could amass more orcish hordes for a coordinated attack on Gondor. With the Evil Veil being secured previously, if the Morannon was also held by Gondor, any assault on Gondor would have to pass through one of these fortifications, allowing Gondor's army to mobilize and meet these threats. Boromir advanced the gate, but to his surprise, it lay abandoned save for a small garrison of orcs. These were quickly slaughtered, but after rest and some preparations to scout out in the regions of Blackland itself, a great host appeared, led by Sauron himself. Having returned to physical form, what's more, a sizable force of orcs was reported to the north, so any retreat could potentially be costly. However, due to earlier victories against Mordor's armies, his orcish host was manageable in size, and Boromir rallied his troops for the difficult task of facing this evil horde. And this bit is a bit of like, yeah. I'll go from this, but I won't go for all that bit. Just a bit of chaff about the battle. Yeah. Basically, Boromir charged down the hill, and he surrounds Sauron himself. Sauron suddenly was the one afraid. All this time, after finally regaining the One Ring and its power, just to be defeated by the same men who defeated you before. With a great rage, Sauron swung out and killed many men, but this distraction allowed Boromir to swing his hand, slicing off the One Ring. And so that's the end of Sauron. How annoying for Sauron. Like, I almost feel bad for the guy. All that to rise from the ashes and then get his ass kicked. With the ring once again cut from his hand, the spirit of Sauron was once again unbound from the earth, leaving his bodily form to disintegrate and blow back to the tower of Barad-dûr. From there, perhaps it will finally be destroyed at the hands of the Gondorian siege. But Sauron defeated the remaining orcs, dropped their weapons and fled. With their master no longer making them fight out of fear, these creatures had no desire to risk their lives in a battle they care little for themselves. In his aftermath, Boromir examined the finger he cleared a golden band with bright orange script for some time, but was still attached. Was this the fabled One Ring, which was fabled to contain the entirety of Sauron's power? Quickly, Boromir grabbed this ring, and once one of his captains provides a chain in which to wear it. He would be the ring bearer now. He knew of the power and danger of using such a powerful ring, so this was the safest option. Now a decision was to be made. Would Boromir press onwards and cleanse the Blacklands of orcs? Boromir sent some of his army to advance further, as well as an army led by Faramir to the south to fight these remaining orc hordes. Perhaps in due time, Boromir and the bulk of his army would join his brother and march in the Dark Tower itself. However, at this moment, Boromir could not risk the ring falling back into enemy hands. Even though Sauron had been foolish to challenge his army directly, he would bring the ring back to his father in Minas Ithil and decide the best course of action from there. For Gondor! I'm going to be saying that a lot in my campaign this time, which are firmly in the lead, but I must add for the faction votes. I do definitely think Gondor's going to win. If something overtakes them now, I'll be very surprised, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, yeah. But Gondor. So, yeah. So, the Gondor basically won this victory. Won Hotseat, pretty much. Some group chats there. But eventually, what will happen now is this Hotseat channel will all be merged into a... There's an overview of the map of how it changed, by the way, if anyone wondering. So if anyone, of course, wondering, I will archive the channel. So basically what will happen, so Mission District will be archived, and then the information stuff will go underneath it, and then it will just go into a channel. Bit like the Age of the 100 Kingdoms, that is gone to like that, where you see all the map stuff, and it's... So you can see all the submission stuff before, then you see that, and there, I put that there. And yeah, that's it, basically. Which I'll probably do tomorrow once I edit the video and put it up, upload the video, and then it will go up in a couple of weeks' time. Is it this weekend? Yeah, this weekend, and then yeah, so it could be Saturday or Sunday depending on when I have time. So on the 16th or 17th there will be a Hotseat vote. So that will be a couple of different option scenarios of different versions of options for you to do. For vote for, so that'll be in straw poll, and I'll do a video for that. So that'll go up on either the 16th or maybe in the middle of the 16th and 17th, because I can't want to even it out, so we don't have a video. Because if I do one on the 17th, we have a video right after. But it doesn't really matter that much. I can just do it on the 16th, and then just get it out, and then I can leave Sunday as a rest day. So yeah, Hotseat overview will go up on the 9th. Vote on the 16th, and then there will be the announcement for the Hotseat that wins will be on the 23rd or the 24th. And the Hotseat should hopefully firmly be started by the 3rd. And yeah. But yeah, the channel will be archived, and once again, I will say a thank you to all the players who, of course, played in this Hotseat. It's been a great Hotseat. I've thoroughly enjoyed creating this one. It's been, even though it's such a long time ago, I'm looking forward to making some more. Now, there won't be a DAC one probably until about later in the summer when Jimmy finishes up his submod. And of course, the hot seats now. The announcement's gone. The hot seat winners, I put it there. Pro Gloria Pro Pugnatorum. For those wondering, I will show you. If I could search, it should come up. Hang on. Oh god, that's bright. Jesus Christ. For the glory of the champions, yeah, that's what it's called. It's in Latin, basically. It just sounds good. It sounds cooler than just for the glory for the champions. It just sounds a bit, you know, interesting. So yeah, that's it. Now I thank you very much for watching and playing along with the hot seat. It's been very enjoyable. I'm looking forward to starting the next one, which could be for anything. So yeah, Elder Scrolls Total War. I'd love to do a hot seat for that. I've never done one before, so I'd be keen to give that a go. And there's lots of other Westeros scenarios. This is the channel I did make for the War of Conquest hot seat, but I don't know, I didn't actually go ahead with it. So I still got the channels. I'll probably take out the victory conditions and just let people do whatever they want. But the victory conditions, I like people doing their own thing. And everything here is the exact same apart from Yormwood. They're not going to be a faction. I'll take them out. Because again, someone isn't here. So yeah. Yeah, I never did that. So yeah, if War of Conquest wins, I'll give an option for them. So if they do win, then we can add them into the vote. And go from there, really. But that's all for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video and are looking forward to the future of the War of the Ring hot seat. And for those, of course, interested in getting involved in hot seats on the Discord, go to the description of the video and you will find a link to the Discord server. And that will straight to the Discord, take you straight there. If you are also interested in other hot seats, not just in this, in my server, you can also find the Hot Seat Hub, which hosts quite a few. They recently started up a Ancient Conquest hot seat that was invited one, I think, which is a shame. Total Chaos hot seat, which is basically when the map looks, I don't know if it's on this one, I think it's this one. That basically, which is wild as hell. And I do some Rome Total War ones as well, because Rome Total War hot seats you can do. That's the Barbarian Invasion one, which I suggested Jimmy to do him that one, actually. That was pretty good. I'm glad I did that in the end. Terra Marina, again, that was pretty good. You may recall, I did a video for that hot seat. I did a... I can't remember what I did, wasn't it? Didn't I choose the factions, I think, and selected who got what, I think. So I did a bit of work there for that, and then there's another hot seat there. So they do a lot of hot seats as well. And YTWM, who doesn't do that many hot seats, there's a few of the occasional ones. And Nessa, same guy I mentioned before, he does a couple of the Rome hot seats. And YTWM returning did a few. They always let people talk in their channels, just don't really understand that. Apart from Nessus, he doesn't do that, but then it's so like... It's so cluttered with like random messages about, oh, it's starting this date, and like just doesn't matter. Just put it how I do, because just that way, it just looks more professional than just me just putting loads of messages in. Like, look, official stuff. It just looks more professional. Not that it's like you don't need to be professional with hot seats, but I just like my hot seats to look nice. So yeah. But anyway, that brings the hot seat to an end. That's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week for the vote, sorry. I'll see you next week for the vote video. Probably something will happen, I imagine, on that weekend. Maybe a vote for potentially a new faction tournament series when this one ends, and then of course Gondor takes its place. So that might happen next. But that's all for now. If you again, and obviously there's no point mentioning it because the vote will be over by the time you're watching this, so I can't even mention that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and farewell.